Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of Kinda Hot, Kinda Healthy. I am dubbing this episode like I need to create an intro for it, like Real Housewives, dun dun, arrested or serving prison time. Because there is quite a lengthy list. So grab your coffee. I am double pumpkin spicing it today. Pumpkin spice coffee, pumpkin spice creamer.
Does it make it better?
For sure.
Mm,
I
mm.
mean, yeah, I why not? Double the pumpkin.
I agree. Remember how
You're like, I think your brain just buffered.
I
You know that meme of like the lady and like the math equations are like all around her? That was you. You're like, does it make it better? And you're like analyzing it, you're hacking the mainframe, you're figuring it out. And it's like, yeah, it does.
that was my brain. I'm sorry. I am definitely coming down with some sicky. I woke up this morning and it was like I tape my mouth when I sleep and my throat was even like dry,
Oh
but like
God.
how could it be dry if like my mouth was closed the entire night? And then I was blowing my nose and I'm like, this is not good. Like you're blowing your nose, and you're just like,
It's not
what?
cute.
It's not cute. It's what's coming out. Like we're not
Oh,
happy about that, but at least I
oh.
got it out. But I have a confession to make
Oh no.
when it comes to coffee. Remember how I was like, I'm going cold turkey?
Yeah.
We cut it in half. We cut it probably by 75%. What is it with me and my extremism?
Well, I told you. I literally roll the tape. I was like, shouldn't you
Ah,
titrate down? And you're like, I won't have any symptoms. Okay.
oh, I was
You were
dying.
gaslighting me. You were gaslighting me.
I was gaslighting myself. Yeah, no, we have probably cut down by 75%. That was the move. So
Yeah.
I went from, I would say, being totally honest, because we're honest folks here, I would say I went from one and a half of the French press, so like a lot of cups, like
6 cups.
okay, maybe like 8 cups.
Holy shit. In a day?
Yes, I
You got
know.
problems, girl. You're like trying to figure out your health in all these areas, and we're having 8 cups of coffee. Like
I
sometimes,
I
sometimes it's
know.
right in front of you.
I listen, I am no better. So mentally unwell. So so we cut down and I did literally just like half of the French press today.
Good.
That's all I'm doing. So that's like from like 8 cups to I don't know. Like I did not like I heat my water up in a little pan because I still haven't gotten a tea kettle and it's about 3 cups. I know I need
Okay.
it's on the list. It's about 3 cups, but I'm sure like some of it evaporates while it's like,
Yeah.
heating up. So it's probably around like two-ish, 2.5 cups. So that's like 75% like
We'll call
down.
it 2.5 because there's no way half a cup is evaporating or a full cup is evaporating.
Yes.
It's
So
nice to tell ourselves that.
okay. So we have reduced it by a good amount.
That's
Um,
good.
Water intake has been around 80 ounces a day. I'm a little bit behind, but after this, I'm gonna fill my bad boy up and get it moving. But water up, coffee down.
Down.
We're feeling much better. So that was the move because I was like, I'm not gonna feel a headache. I'm gonna feel fine. No.
Not only is it a headache, but like sometimes, certain times of the month, if I don't have a proper dosing of caffeine, because I'm not going to say if I don't have enough, but if we're going to call it a proper dosing, I'm way too
Mm,
emotional. Like I will cry, I will feel overwhelmed just because like
yeah.
caffeine just like hits on that dopamine receptor
Yeah.
and it has you feeling like you have all this extra energy and the good
Yeah.
vibes. And like, I'm sorry, if you live in New England, it's dark, it's cold. I am entering a period where it is like self-care has to be turned up to 10 because it's straight up dark by like 5 o'clock and it's gonna get to 3:30 where it's gonna be starting to get dark. And like the
Uh,
mental health is not good. Like, why do you think we ski every weekend? Because you have to have something to look forward to. So the
that makes so much
coffee
sense.
is a part of that ritual. So of course you're gonna feel emotional. Of course you're gonna get, oh, the headaches are like, that's kind of a given for a lot of people, but the
Mhm.
emotions, you don't expect it.
I agree. And like I have been, this might be a longer episode because I want to talk about something else too.
It's fine.
I
It's
have
fine.
been
If guys, if we have to cut this and put it on YouTube, go over to YouTube, kind of hot, kind of healthy. There is a bonus episode playlist.
Yeah.
And if you want us to not have to put those bonus episodes on YouTube, listen through the ads. Do not skip through the ads. Maddie and I run this podcast. Basically, we don't get paid for it. Okay. We are working our way. We have made money through our ads, but we need you to listen more. And if you listen more, we can make more episodes and we don't have to put them as bonus content on YouTube. Period. Back to you, Maddie. And like they wait there for a minute. Oh, thank you, Allie. And it's like so awkward.
Um, two things. Let it be known, this Halloween, I have a costume, but we are not recording unless we do a special episode.
I know the way that the world is working out right now. I don't, we will try and aim for it, but
Guys, I have a costume this time. Let it be
good.
known.
It'll go in the catalog carousel. Sorry, it'll go in the carousel.
Truth. And I only had to get one item for it because after talking to Gabriella, which she was so fun, that comes out in November or
Mhm.
December, cannot recall. She does Gavoween, I think she calls
Yep.
it. And she was saying how she does all of her costumes. She thrifts, upcycles, which is really cool. I love that. And I was like, you know what, bitch? You can do that too. Is it more time? Yes. But I already had most of the stuff, literally everything except for the corset that I got.
Yeah.
Is it exactly the costume? No, but it's enough. So we're
Yeah.
good.
And like you make up for it with the makeup, the hair, the accessories, the vibe. Like,
Yeah, like I'm gonna paint my nails. I'm being Wednesday. My mom had a black wig, so I'm going to like braid it like in the two
hmm
pigtails. I'm gonna paint my nails black. Just wear
black
uh
eyeliner, like
yeah,
heavy
black
kind of the
eyeliner.
eye
Yeah, I'm
makeup.
gonna look up some makeup stuff. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna be that for like all three events because this there's two events on one day. It's like the kids' Halloween and then
Oh yeah, that's easy. You're not gonna
yeah,
change. That's
right. It's kids' Halloween and our Halloween together, and then the other one is a wig party one, so I need to wear the wig. So I was like, I'm just gonna do one outfit. Why do three or why do
well,
two?
you could just look up if you wanted to, like other inspo with like a black wig. Like you could easily do some sort of like vampire vibe and just like black wig, like a black dress, maybe like just like a
Mm,
little different makeup. Like you don't have
mm,
to go out and get something else, but you can alter it in a way that's just like slightly different.
true, true. But kind of the outfit's cute though. Like I have a good like I'm wearing black like pantyhose because I love to wear black pantyhose. My black like they're like calm baddie style
Yeah.
boots because she wears those a lot, or my black long high knee boots. Not sure yet which one I
Mm.
want to do.
I think that will be weather dependent, low key. If it's like colder, you might wear but
Well, the stockings I have, they're fleece
oh,
lined. They're the ones I wore in New York City, so like they're really thick. So they're pantyhose, but with a thermal layer.
what?
Yeah, yeah, I got them off Amazon.
Because
They're
pantyhose looks super like when people wear pantyhose, like I feel like it is like a super like outdated kind of thing. But when
oh,
you
I
wear
love
them,
wearing pantyhose.
but like if you think about it, like I think of like a 60-year-old woman. But
Mm,
the reality is they make your legs look like smooth and just like good.
yeah.
Like they're a vibe. And I think
Yes.
I hate wearing tights because I wore tights for
Yes, you
literally
have
since
trauma.
I was in kindergarten up to an 18-year-old. I wore tights 5 days a week.
I I could see the trauma with that.
Yeah.
Um, so I was gonna do black tights and then either I have a black mini skirt that actually is shorts underneath, which is nice. And then I'm gonna wear my it's either a linen white button down or like a boyfriend tee white button down. It's just
Yeah.
wider. And
Yeah.
then with the black corset, right? Isn't it such a sleigh?
I was actually thinking when Gabriella was on and talking about like pieces and all this sort of stuff, I was like, wait, because you guys were talking about like your linen, like the collared shirt, the button downs. And I was about to say, those never look good on me. Like, I don't know how to style them. I
Hmm.
just feel awkward in them. But I was like, wait, what if I had an oversized one and I put a corset over it? Like, I see the girlies doing that
I
on
could see you
TikTok.
doing that.
Because I like my clothes to be really tight. I like things to show off my body.
Hmm.
I don't really feel confident in things that are oversized. It just like I feel
Um,
like I look just so wide. Like
it
I
is definitely an adjustment because I
yeah.
was like you, where everything had to be tight. And then I started moving into things can be looser. And it's all about like
Well, I think
positioning.
because I have curves. Like if it's like
Ah,
not hitting in my waist, I look like in my opinion, I look like a
yeah,
potato. And I'm just like,
yeah.
I need a little cinch in the waist.
Yeah,
And
get
then
a
everything else, I'm
corset.
like, whatever. But I think I might try that. Ooh.
Yeah, that would be so cute. I could see you wearing that. Yeah, now that you say that, I've never like I live in Peter's
Yep, we'll just leave it. It's
eBay
fine.
man's button down. Like he was like, yeah,
Yeah.
the one I had. I was like, that's a nice one.
Yeah, had. Yeah, that's the operative word. I have it now.
It is mine. Um, but I live for a button down. Like I wore the same outfit like two times this past weekend because it's my favorite outfit. It's that blue
Yeah.
denim button down that
Yeah.
I wear, and then I wore like the high neck shirt underneath.
It does just look better on your body type, I will say. And like
Mm,
again, this is something we talked about with Gabriella.
mhm.
Like try to wear the things, but also if you feel like it doesn't look good on you, don't force it. Like don't be like, "Oh, so and so wears this and this is super
Yeah,
trendy." Like if it doesn't vibe for you, don't
yeah.
fucking wear it.
Like my sister lives in high waisted because she has a long torso, which is
Right.
so odd because she's 5 foot tall. But for me, but for me, we were talking about that episode with Gabriella. Like, I gotta have the low
Mid
rise.
to low, yeah.
Yeah, mid to low. It looks so much better because my torso is like an inch long.
Do I
Literally,
have a long torso?
I think you do.
Yeah.
My
I
torso.
never know
Wait,
these things.
wait. Where do you count your torso? From the top of your hip to
Oh,
your last rib?
I never thought about that. Oh, I don't. Okay, I'm like a silly. When I think about torso, I think of shoulders to
Wait,
hip
I'm like a
bones.
silly.
Yeah, I think about shoulders to hip bones. Like that to me is your torso. But is that not correct?
Let me ask. Let's find out.
Let me ask. Let me ask my assistant, ChatGPT.
How to measure torso length.
Because I think my mom has a short torso and she hates wearing high-waisted. But
Yeah,
I
makes sense.
And I
Okay.
also think maybe it's just my body type because again, like high waisted sits right in the narrowest part of my body.
Yeah, see, my hips are so high, so it's like,
Okay, yes.
okay, so it says find your C7 vertebrae, a prominent bone at the base of your neck, so like the hump
Yep,
where
yep, yep.
place your hands on your hip bones and have an assistant measure from C7
Bitch.
down your spine. So it's basically how long your torso. That makes no sense to
So
me.
basically, it's like right here because if I'm like working my way up to here, hold on, let me look in the mirror. Oh, I guess I do have a long one because I'm like, oh, I'm keying out. Hold on. Shit, let me move this. Okay, technical difficulties. Mine is like right. Come on, stop keying out. Like you can't even get my full frame. Like mine's rather long. I think it's established. I have a long torso.
Yeah, no, I have a short ass torso. We should do measurements later.
Yeah,
Um,
because I think mine is like this. I mean, you can't really, but it's quite long.
mm,
All right,
and that's
you're gonna have to have eBay man measure you, and I'll have James measure me, and let's compare notes.
I can't remember why we got on torso. Anyway, the outfit for
Corsets,
Wednesday.
your Halloween costume,
Yeah, outfit
all
for the
works.
Halloween costume. I'm gonna need a jacket. I have a long black jacket, my nice winter coat jacket. That was like expensive. I don't want to wear that out, to be honest. Um,
Honestly, you'll be fine. Don't wear a jacket. It will ruin the fit. You'll be fine.
Truth. Maybe if I have time, I could stop by a thrift store and get like a long, janky black, you know what I mean? Like
Mm,
just something to throw on top. Because I literally have invested nothing into this outfit anyway. So, and we're gonna be wearing it 3 times. So that's how we get her done. That is where I was going with that. What was the other thing? There was something else.
sick.
Yeah, feeling a little sicky. Feeling a little sicky. Um, I definitely, it's time to rip the band-aid off. I think it's time to rip the band-aid off about talking about eBay Man.
Oh, okay.
Because I think this is something that is a good conversation. And also, like, I don't want this to be a thing. Like, you know how, like, for you, and we can edit this out, but talking about nannying was like a thing that you were
Oh, yeah.
reserved about when it comes to business because I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you thought it would make you look in a different light as a coach and
Sure.
then
Yes.
also a nanny. But in reality, it makes you better. It makes you more, I would say, superior than to the random 20-year-old who is like, we all have the same 24 hours, right? Like, you know what it's like to
Sure.
manage 3 under 3, right? Most women our age do not.
Yeah.
Um, but I did want to talk about because I almost said it last time, and I was like, you know what? I think it's really good to talk about because it's just like things that we're going through in our life.
Right.
Because I don't show eBay Man's face anyway. So, and we've talked about this in the past, how getting divorced was because, not was because, but one of the things we didn't align. Well, it wasn't because, but one of the things we didn't.
It's because he didn't want to come on my social media.
I was like, didn't. I was like, where is this going? Um, but he wanted kids and I did not. But the big plot twist that I have not talked about, and I have started sharing it on my closed story. So I was like, if I'm going to share it there, and that's like 160 people, I could
Yeah.
share it here too. And it's just like good things for us to, I think, talk about when it comes to dating. But eBay Man has a son, eBay son. They call him eBay son. And that has been the biggest like plot twist of my entire life is like navigating dating someone with a kid and navigating, oh, I left a relationship because part of that was like they wanted kids. And something numerous people said to me was that having a kid with the wrong person can seem like super scary, and
Mm-hmm.
having a kid with the right person does not seem so scary. And I thought that was like really intriguing. Not that like I'm at a place where I'm like, I want my own kids, because like I really don't know. But I'm still teetering on no. But it has been very interesting to date someone with a kid. Like I was just there from Thursday to Sunday, and Thursday to Monday, and then got back yesterday. And this morning I was like, oh, it's weird, like not
Mm-hmm.
being in that routine of like
Mm-hmm.
all the routines that follow with eBay Man and his son and being in that world. So just, I don't know, really interesting. I just wanted to like rip the band-aid off because
Mm-hmm.
things come up and then I'm like constantly like covering what I say. Like I'm really excited about Halloween, like what we talked about last time. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, because like his like we're going all together. And he was like, I didn't think you'd want to come. Like, why wouldn't I want to come? Like I adore his son. So it's just like that kind of stuff. I didn't want to be like constantly like watching what I'm saying. I'd rather just be able to
Right.
talk about it. Because like out of
Yeah.
fear for what? I don't know. Like he doesn't listen to this.
Right. Right. I think you were coming from a place of like trying to be respectful and privacy, but at the end of the day, nobody knows who you're talking about.
Yeah.
So you're not impeding on somebody's privacy. And I think it is valuable for you to be open in a way about what's going on in your real life because that makes, you're more relatable because you can share things that you're experiencing and it's just like it is valuable. But there's also like I can understand the hesitation because you're like, I don't want to be talking about somebody's life.
Hmm.
Yeah. But that's why we have
Yeah.
code names and that's what keeps us alive is a good anonymity.
Yeah, it's a good and like we haven't discussed like I mean there were numerous times he was like I don't care if you post me like but like I don't know it's more of like I was talking to someone and they're like yeah actually after I got I don't know what that was. But they're like, yeah, after I'm starting to teeter out. Hold on, let me
Okay.
fix my
Maddie is
camera.
having some technical difficulties. It's
Worse,
fine.
one sec.
Yeah, turn your camera off and we'll turn it right back on. And if you go to YouTube, you can see our lovely IT department, i.e., me, resolving issues.
I was like still waiting to come back. There we go.
There you go.
Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, I was talking to this girl and she was saying that her first-ish relationship after divorce, it was kind of like weird too, because like it's like it's not that you don't want to show someone on social media out of fear you're going to break up, but at the same time, it's like I just deleted someone off of everything. Oh, this is not good.
It's fine.
And
Just turn your camera off for a minute and just keep talking and then come back in a minute. It's
okay.
okay. It's fine.
But it was like out of fear, like, oh, this is not, you don't know if it's going to last forever. So you're like, should I
Right.
show this? Should I not show this? So it's just like intriguing, like
Well,
time.
that
Like,
makes sense. I can understand it because you were in this relationship with somebody, you were sharing aspects of your life, and then that relationship went away for whatever reason, right? Like for anyone getting divorced. And so to then come back with somebody new, it leaves you open to be vulnerable and for people to like judge you or think things. And honestly, whatever people's opinions about you, like it's not really any of your business. And it is hard to remind yourself that because people are always going to have opinions, whether or not it's warranted. Um, but I do think there's a level of I don't, and maybe for you it's fear, but I would imagine it is more vulnerability. But maybe being vulnerable is a fear. So that does go together. But yeah, no, and I mean, I can't even imagine that. For Christ's sakes, I've been with the same person for since I was 18 years old. And I for sure hard launched them after getting out of a relationship like a month earlier. So like I was like a fucking 18-year-old just like out here doing the most on Instagram. So I have no idea what that would be like, but I can imagine it would be feeling really vulnerable.
yeah, and that is something I struggle with, which he does a really good job. Like he said to me, he was like, you really like interesting. Hold on. The virtual background is still loading, so
Oh, okay.
we'll you might see the my background in
It's
my
okay.
apartment. This is a great day.
It's fine.
But he even said he was like, you tend to okay, we're just gonna
Just keep talking. It's good. It'll
okay.
come up when it comes up.
Okay. He said you do a really consistent. I don't want to say good job because like I don't want to do that. But
Right.
you have a consistent effort. That's the right verbiage. Consistent effort in helicoptering and surveying, like previewing your words before you speak, like out of fear in a way. And I was like, oh my God, I do that
Yeah.
all the time. I do that, Allie. I do that all the time. Like, I really do. And it's very, very difficult for me to not do that because I always want to, it's like I want to be eloquent with the way I say things so that almost out of fear, obviously, but almost so it's like always taken in the
Mm-hmm.
most positive
Mm-hmm.
way and that like no one can really get confused about what I'm saying. Like, great example, I did a TikTok, it went like semi-viral about like my series, like another thing divorce taught me. And I said, like you need to make your own money. Like
Yes.
women need to make your own money. And I said in there like, I could have chosen to be a stay-at-home mom and just be a mom. And then I followed it up with this doesn't mean I look down on moms. That's a very fulfilling thing. Like I understand it because having been around eBay man and his son, like this is no way saying moms are bad or moms are just moms. But what I am saying is that if you are giving up like, everything and just
Yeah.
focusing on that and not having revenue streams for yourself, you could fall into a pickle. Because if I would have done that,
Yep.
where would I be after divorce, not having businesses, right? And someone goes, oh my God, for the love of God, don't say just be a mom. And I was like, well, I did say in the video, like, I followed it up with it's very fulfilling. And what I mean by that is you giving up all of your revenue streams and
Yep.
possibilities to focus on that solely. That is where women fall into a bit of a trap. Um,
Yes. Because it is
and
one of the hardest jobs you will ever do, but you do not get compensated for that. And that is where some women that want to leave a marriage, that's where they probably are like, shit, I have no money. I am reliant on my husband and his paycheck. And yes, I'm home and I am super mom and I am doing the cooking and the cleaning and all that, but it's
mhm.
not a job that gets paid. Like, it's some bullshit. Stay-at-home moms should be getting a fucking
I
paycheck.
agree. I 100 like it's so much more. Like
Yes.
I even see as being with the boys, like how much like I'm definitely like a nurturer and like an optimizer at heart. Like I'm like, oh, if we did this, this could be easier for you in X, Y, and Z, right? And that's
Yep.
something that like quote unquote I could bring to the table. But
Hmm.
like, am I getting compensated for that?
No.
No. Am I? You're not. So it, and I was really particular about my words to
Yeah.
avoid that. And I was like, okay, damn, it's still like, but that's someone who is just hell bent on misunderstanding me. So
Yeah.
it's and like I always say, relationships are just mirrors to what things you're not working on, things you're avoiding, things, X, Y, and Z. And like he does a very good job of putting up that mirror of like, you still do
Mm.
this a lot. And I'm like, ugh, damn it. Because I don't want to like that's kind of tiring to live that way. Where you're constantly like helicoptering what you say, like out of fear.
Yeah.
It is, I would say, emotionally tiring. But that I don't know how I got off on this tangent. Um, why did I get on this tangent?
Because you were talking about the filtering yourself,
Uh,
and I think just like the vulnerability and the fear of making a mistake. And hmm.
Yeah. So I think you do a really good job of that. You're just like, fuck it. Like I'm just saying what I want to say. And I'm like, well, if we detach this thing in 10 different ways, like I feel like I always tend to err on that side compared to where you're very good at being more off the cuff and just saying like how you perceive it. I don't want to
Mm,
say without fear because I don't know exactly what goes
mm,
on in your brain, but
mm.
for me, that's how I perceive it, and it makes me jealous sometimes. I'm like, God damn, Allie just like said what she wants to say, and I'm over here like doing the Pythagorean theorem, making sure all of my ducks are in a row.
I think a lot of the times in real life, I do say what I say and I think it out, and it comes pretty quickly out of my mouth, but there's kind of a lot, like, there is thinking that happened. However, if you see my TikTok drafts or my real drafts, I will record a bunch at like one time, and then I'll go back and rewatch them and like add the caption and edit them. And I'm like, ooh, did I like what did I say something the wrong way? Did I word it the wrong way? And I delete like half of the content that I do record, because there is this fear of like, when you're speaking about something that can be emotional or just intense or whatever, I always want to say it in the best way that I like possible, so that
Hmm.
it is, making sure I'm speaking on things that are, I don't know, more sensitive in the best way possible. And that's
Hmm.
something that I am getting better at, because I know the way that I speak and I know the way that I think, and nothing is ever said maliciously, or it doesn't even come out that way. Like, I can't even think of like a good example, but it is
Hmm.
a skill. However, I will say sometimes I do say things like in a conversation or what have you, and then I'm thinking about it and I'm like, oh, was that too much? Was that too intense? Are they going to get that the wrong way? Blah, blah, blah. So, like, even though it might come out in the moment, there are times where it is playing back in my head, but I think that just makes you human. And there are some people that are always going to be filtered, and then there are some people that like just say whatever the hell they want. And I think both of those can like not be great, right? Because you don't want somebody that just like flies off the handle saying whatever they want, and then you also don't want somebody that like never speaks with their opinion and emotion. Like they're just always super guarded. So I think you have to find yourself somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, back to my extremism. It's like, thanks. It's like I teeter on one side or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Either I am super like direct, blunt, right to the point,
Yep.
or I am really looking at my words and choosing them carefully. And sometimes I'm like, what can I just like live in the middle and just be happy with that? But again, it's like
Mm.
something I have struggled with a long time is like extremism and being very intense. Like my sister called me very intense last night. And I was like, and you said it too, like I am an intense.
You are quite intense, I would say. And I don't, it's not a bad thing. Like you are intensely passionate, but then you can also get like intensely caught up in something that
Yep.
is, and not to invalidate, but it's really not a big deal. But of course in
Yes.
your head and in your body, you're like, "Oh my God, this is a big deal." So like that is real for you, but if you were to take a step outside of your body, it's not that intense. But that doesn't help you because in the moment you're like, this is so intense feeling. But you certainly are. But I do think going through your divorce and finding yourself, you have turned that intensity like way down.
Really?
Yeah, because you used to, I remember we were talking with Kate, my sister, and you're like, I don't want to have fluff friendships. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way and have these fluff friendships. And you were like really intense about that. And we were like, well, you have to, that's where you start a lot of the times. Like, you start with people, you get on a surface level, you get to know them, people open up, they become vulnerable. And like, that's how you can find your people. Like, if you want people, you can't often, make a Facebook post and be like, I want a vulnerable and deep relationship. Where are these people? Because like that's scary. Like people don't want to be vulnerable.
So
And I
true.
think finding yourself and being forced to find yourself, because you were either going to sink or swim,
Yeah.
and you swam, and you found a group of girls that like you really connect with, but it had to start at a place where it's like, oh, let's go get a coffee or let's go on a walk and like see where these things go.
So true. So true. Yeah. And it's like, again, back to the intensity where it's like, I wanted like, and I do, just talking to my childhood friend, she was like, oh, sorry, I didn't answer. Like, as I double texted her, but it was a couple days apart.
Mm-hmm.
The kids were sick. I'm like, oh my God, it's totally fine. Like, sometimes I don't answer also. Like, I just don't
Mm-hmm.
answer. And, she was like, "Oh, that's why I love having you as a low maintenance friend. Like, we don't have to see each other all the time. Like, we've been friends since we were literally children, Like,
Mm-hmm.
we live pretty far apart now, so it's just like, of course, like trying to do something is a little bit challenging because she also
Mm-hmm.
just had a baby like not that long ago, like in I don't know, in August maybe, I can't
Mm-hmm.
remember. But like that, like I think a part of me would have been like, ugh, I don't want that kind of friend. But now, like,
Right.
a part of me is like, oh, there is value, and I see how this is valuable to my life. Um, and I enjoy that type of friend. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
before, like, I would have been like, no, nix it. Like, there's no point, right?
Right.
But yeah, I think it's definitely just a growth curve,
Mm-hmm.
finding the extremism that lived in me with health, with fitness, like we ate out multiple times this past weekend, and like
Mm-hmm.
maybe old me from years and years ago would be like, oh my God, no, like I cannot do that. Like I'll eat out like
Mm-hmm.
once a week, if that, not like
Mm-hmm.
numerous times. And now it's like, oh, I've found the balance with that. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's, to give our listeners something tangible outside of this therapy session for myself is that like when you start to, especially with health and fitness, it can be very black or white. I do
Mm-hmm.
everything or I do nothing. I'm 100% on or I'm 0% off. Finding other areas of your life where you have balance being able to slowly shift that into other areas, that is where it gets becomes easier. Like
Yep.
my mentor even said to me, she was like, "You are so good at, always tracking your macros and hitting your workouts." She goes, "Now you just need to shift um that consistency and that like non-negotiable attitude to certain parts of your business,
Yep.
even if the results are not coming in." So that's
Yep.
an easier way for me to look at it. It's like, oh, I already practice this habit of showing up even when I don't want to. How
Yep.
can I incorporate that into my health? How can I incorporate that into my workouts? How can I incorporate that to when I'm having I wake up and I'm like, I look and feel fat. How can I incorporate that into that feeling of where I feel like poop, but I'm still going to show up for myself in some capacity? That is, I think, the biggest growth curve and understanding I've had for developing friendships that aren't so extreme, but
Hmm.
really getting my extreme attitude and maybe dropping it a few degrees so like you can actually
Yeah.
enjoy life.
Yeah, and just giving yourself the the little bit of space that you do to not show up how you perceive perfectly. And that's something that you'll continue to work through because you have this like innate fear of like making mistakes and messing up, but you have allowed yourself over the course of the past year, year and a half to do things that 3 years ago you wouldn't have done. And then in two
Mhm.
years from now, you're going to do things that you wouldn't let yourself do now. And it's all about like
Mhm.
reminding yourself that you are not in anywhere in your life, you are not going to get the results you want in 1 week or 2 weeks. So
Mhm.
being intense is not going to get you there faster. So if you slow down and you remind yourself, okay, I'm not going to get the results in 2 weeks, but if I stop doing what I'm doing, I'm not going to get the results in 3 months. So I'm going to go slow. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take my time. Where is an area where I'm absolutely crushing it? What do I notice? How am I crushing it in this area? What can I bring
Mhm.
over? And
Mhm.
you'll be so surprised because, like, some people out there, some moms are like, oh, I fucking slay, like doing the laundry, washing it, putting it away, doing it in one day. Me, I fucking suck at it. I have two hampers in my bedroom right now. I need to do laundry, I need to fold it. I loathe doing laundry. But I
Mhm.
look at other areas and I'm like, well, I vacuum 2 times a day because we have cats and I hate the litter. I clean the litter box 2 times a day. I always reset the kitchen. What makes me successful doing that? Well, number one, it's just because it's all on one floor. I don't really like the basement. I'm 28 years old and I'm kind of scared of the basement, but that's okay. Um, so like what makes it easier to do those things? Well, it makes it easier to have my headphones in. So I'm listening to something kind of fun. I have good music. And in the night, I'll have James come down to the basement with me and we load up the washer machine and then I put it on like a delayed start. So then the wash starts at 7 a.m. And then I set a timer at 8 a.m. to switch things over. So I'm not doing it later in the day and then making these excuses. So that small little thing where I'm finding, oh, I can use tools that I'm doing in other areas like of house chores that I find easy.
Mhm.
I can put it to another house chore. So then you could take your chores and like, oh, loading the dishwasher, unloading the dishwasher, cleaning the dishes, that takes me 15 minutes. What if I had my partner do that for 15 minutes and I work out for 15 minutes, right? Like we take areas where we do things, we show up consistently, and how can we replicate that? And just reminding yourself it's okay if you feel like you have to be intense, right? Validate that feeling, but you can allow yourself to be flexible and kind of call it out. I'm feeling really intense about doing my workouts, and if I don't do it perfectly or for long enough, it doesn't count. And you can literally talk to yourself and be like, "Hey, that's bullshit," because I know that moving my body for 15 minutes is better than not doing it at all. Um, and over time, it just becomes part of your routine, and it becomes easier and less intense.
Very, very well said.
Thank you.
I
And I am
I
staring at I keep looking down. If you guys are on YouTube or if you're wondering what's playing in my head, I am looking all over the place because there is no visual to look at
I
for
know.
me.
I don't know like what happened with my camera today. I mean, I could have plugged in my other camera, but
Mm,
like it just
fine.
would be
It's fine.
a
It's
nuisance.
literally, it's not a big deal. It's just me talking to myself.
I'm talking to the ether.
Yeah, and it's funny because you can see me, so like you're staring at
I
me.
know how that feels because I've done that
Yeah,
before where I'm like, like you're like,
and I'm
where do
like,
you look?
yeah, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll like put a picture of you like on the um
Um,
so yeah, that was our TED Talk.
no, I think that was good. Even something you said recently was like, you can do anything for 20 minutes. And I was like, oh,
Oh, baby girl,
so
yes, you
true.
can. You can do literally anything for 20 minutes. You can hate your way through it. You can be tired through it, but you can do it. And if it gets to 20 minutes and you're like, I'm done, then be done and be satisfied that you still showed up in some capacity for 20 minutes.
Exactly. And I was thinking about this because I have various parts in my business and I'm like, I freaking do not want to do this.
Mm.
And I was like, I'm making, and another thing that is helpful, I think, is like making a date with yourself to do
Mm-hmm.
said thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if workouts right now, like, just feel like the idea feels daunting, like, make a date with yourself, a
Mm-hmm.
time you have to do it, and then you have a reward after. And my
Put it on the
reward,
Google Calendar.
yes, and my reward after, I don't even know, maybe I'll get takeout or something like fun, because I'll be um I'll be out of the house that day. But
Yep.
like once I am done finishing that thing, I'm gonna reward myself and I am excited about it. I'm honestly excited to get it done and get it off of my brain, not having to worry about it. Um and I think that's something for a lot of women, whether you're a new mom or you're a woman like 50s plus and you're, scared to start exercising, give yourself a reward. Put it on the
Mm-hmm.
Google Calendar, give yourself a reward. You'll be so much happier when it's done. And also you get a little bit of dopamine hit. Like
Mm-hmm.
set the timer for 20 minutes and then you can actually, whether it's 5 minutes of scrolling or, whatever it is, something for a
Yep.
little like treat for doing it. And then you're training yourself that, okay, I did this, I can do it for 20 minutes. And then slowly you can increase that up to 25 to 30,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is. But I think you guys have some tangible things you can walk away with from our TED Talk about life and everything, that can make it easier to not fall into those extreme traps, but then
Mm-hmm.
also how to look at other areas of your life that you are crushing it and see that same, you could say, technique or process and apply it
Mm-hmm.
to other areas of your life that you're
Mm-hmm.
struggling with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just look at what's
No.
working in other areas and get curious how you can replicate that. And it's not gonna be successful the first time around. Maybe not even the fifth time around. You have to work at it. Because if you didn't have to work at it, weight loss would be so much easier. Working out would be so much easier. But like it takes
Hmm.
effort, it takes dedication. And so being okay with it being messy. Like we have to let ourselves be messy and kind of like flop and figure out what is going to work for us. Um, and like nobody shows that. You're not seeing that online. So you're like, oh, everybody has it so easy. Bullshit. You just don't see the outtakes that don't make it to like the Instagram feed or the TikTok feed. Um, so just remind yourself that. Just remind yourself that.
I 100% agree. I saw something good on TikTok and it was, excuse me, it was like, now is the best time to like have your flop era because people are not going to remember. And it's just like
Fuck
very,
no.
right. This is very specific to like content creation, right? Because there's so much content in the world.
Yeah.
But like, apply this to your health. Like, do you remember like when your friends tried to lose weight? Like, every single time. And also you don't have to tell them. But like
Yeah.
no, you don't have to, you don't have to do that. That can be just your journey and your thing. And I think about especially for business and everything, like anything you're trying new, like you have to try different things and go through different
Yes.
renditions of the schedule, like what fits best for your life. Like example, I've been working out at night, but honestly, I've been finding what.
I can't even imagine working out at night. Like my
Yeah.
brain turns on. I'd rather work out at 4:30 in the morning than work out at 4:30, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, no, I've been doing that and I do not recommend anymore for myself because I used to be a morning person to work out, but then
Mhm.
I cannot do fasted workouts. So then it's like
No.
you have to like shift, I'd have to get some meals in and then go. But then I was like, I might as well just do night workouts. But I've been finding for my brain is really good at working at night. I think
Mm,
what is the right words? I overthink less at night. I am much more quick to make decisions at night because I'm like,
okay.
it's this crunch time. So I was like, you know what? After last night, when I honestly wanted to keep working, but I just wanted to get my workout done, I was like, you know what? Tomorrow, if I do work out, which I'm not working out today because I am sore as shit, um, I am gonna work out in like early afternoon, morning because
Hmm.
I feel way more alive and wakely, I guess, um, ability to concentrate later in the day for work. So it's
Hmm.
just finding, right? I had to go through, okay, fasted workouts cannot do. Body said no bueno. Then I moved to like night workouts. Now I know that's actually prime time for me to get work done. So you have to try different things and not look at those as failures or as like, "Ugh, it didn't work. I can't do that," right? No, it's just figuring out what's going to work best for you and what works best for everyone is just different.
100%. Yeah. Especially again, my soapbox for the next couple months. If you live in New England, is that it's gonna get fucking dark around 4 p.m., 3:30. It's gonna start like being like, I gotta get my pajamas on, I gotta get in bed. And obviously, you can't do that. You have a life, you have people to take care of, you gotta take care of yourself, you gotta cook dinner, all this bullshit. So if you don't have the opportunity to like work from home and work out during the day, get it done in the morning. You will thank yourself because
Mm.
trying to do it after work, after you've taken care of everybody else and cooking the dinner and all this thing, it just feels harder and you're more likely to say, I'll do it tomorrow. But if you start your day with that,
Mhm.
you feel so good. You feel solid. You have good energy. You might be a little tired. That's okay. You can rest when you get home. I would much rather front load my day so that I can be a couch potato at like 7 p.m. and just like relax.
Oh no, I'm currently like that's what I want to do. Like after I would say like I'm like, oh, I'll get some work done when I get home, like from the
Yeah.
gym. I'm like, why am I doing that? Like I
Yeah.
honestly like hate you. Probably like you're fucking crazy whenever I text you that. But like
Yeah.
honestly, like I'm gonna shift that because for me it's just like not working anymore. And I'm like swimming up the fucking river with a
Mm,
canoe that has a hole in it and a broken oar. Like that's me trying to work like later at night
yeah.
versus I could be working like getting a shit ton of shit done in that like 4 to like 6 o'clock range
Yeah.
and be way more potent with my work. And again, find what time works for you and insert my work with your workout, with meal prepping, with whatever makes the most sense for you in your schedule and
Hmm.
like your energy too. Because sometimes like honestly, like I don't want to do shit at sometimes the day. And you just gotta do
Mm-mm.
it. Of course, sometimes like the fuck your mood, follow the plan. But we don't want everything to be miserable. So if you're constantly
No.
like miserable doing things, odds are you're not gonna stick with it. And we want you to stick with it. That's the whole point. Your health journey should be enjoyable, not like, oh, another day. I fucking hate doing this, right? I fucking
Hmm.
hate eating broccoli. It's boring, right? Try a different vegetable. Try
Yeah.
something else. So we'll get off our soapbox. We were like, it's gonna be a quick episode. And we're gonna talk about housewives, but like I just detoured us
I didn't
completely.
even get to hit on it, and the intro makes no sense at all.
We could redo the intro.
Fine.
But but
Fine.
I thought this was a good episode, no?
It was great. I've just had my notes. Had my notes. But we'll
Sorry.
talk about that maybe next week. But to give you a preview so that we can at least give them some housewives things,
Yes.
I have a list of jail time. I have a list of arrest and charges. The list is lengthy. If you've watched Housewives, you know. And most recently, Wendy, oh, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, Osefo from Potomac. We know Wendy. I love Real Housewives of Potomac. I don't think it gets enough love, but she was just recently arrested with her husband. So, That will be something we talk about. But if you want to avoid being arrested, you'll make sure that you have your good habits and you're not too intense. I had to tie that in, but I had to give the people. I couldn't totally clickbait and not hit upon anything, but this
I
was just a good conversation as we're getting into the later half of the year. We're going to be going into the holidays. This is the time where many people put their foot on the brake completely with their
mhm
health, taking
mhm
care of themselves.
mhm
And I will be transparent. Your routine is going to have to change. It very likely is not going to be able to be as um, intense as it has been. Maybe with your workouts, you have to do 2 to 3. Maybe you're doing more workouts at home. You're going to have to relook at the schedule because this time of year just gets busier, especially if you have kids or you're hosting for the holidays or you have to travel. So it doesn't have to be you putting the brake on. It's just saying, okay, I have a little bit less time. What can I do to still show up for myself? Because at the end of the day, you're doing this shit to show up for yourself, to get a specific result, to feel good. Um, so it's just about being curious and adjusting the game plan.
100% agree. And this is where my non-negotiables list comes in. I just
Yeah.
worked on this with one of my clients. And she actually is a new-ish mom, so she's not like 50 plus, but she my brain, her hormones were that of a menopausal woman because of
Mm,
just how off her body got from having twins and then having a high stress job, which she's amazing at. So we've been working on just untangling the web of her
mm,
habits and like nothing crazy, just the basic things, but
mm-hmm.
something she's been was working like 7 days a week for like a whole month, and her husband was working extra shifts, and just a lot of things happening. And I was like, listen, like, let's bring in the non-negotiables list. Let's
Yep.
do 3 items you can do every day, rain or fucking shine. Three
Mm-hmm.
things.
Mm-hmm.
And funny enough, her phone actually broke the second week of her doing like before her check-in, and she was like, we talked about just getting protein, not even tracking,
Yep.
just making sure we had protein in every single meal. And she goes, my phone broke. And I was like, you know what? I'm still going to have that protein every single meal because I can't, even though I can't track, I'm still going to do it. So that was like
Mm.
truly like having that non negotiables list when things get crazy. 3 items you can do in your sleep. You can throw protein on a dish.
Yep.
And you can't see it, but Allie, hold up your hand like a high five. You can throw a palm size of protein on the dish and be like, that's around 25-ish grams of protein, 30-ish, right? And no, you did that. And if you're eating 4 times, then you know, okay, I probably had around 100 grams of protein. That
Yep.
is still going to roll the ball forward. And in the holiday season, sometimes if you got a lot of kids, a lot of family, got a lot of happening, you got to just do the things to keep the ball rolling forward. And just
Mm-hmm.
because it's maybe rolling forward and not up, you're still
Still
moving
forward.
forward. Yeah, it's still the energy you want to go into because you could completely let the ball just stop and then now you're like, oh, I'll restart in January.
Yep.
Now you got to redo everything compared
Yep.
to you're already eating protein, you're already drinking water, you're already getting, she did her at home workouts and she was like, I did them, I just split them up. I did them as best I could, but I kept it going, right? So that
Yep.
non-negotiable list is my favorite thing to do with clients because it gives you those 2 to 3 things. You're like, I can do this. It doesn't require extra energy. I can chug 20 ounces of water, when I wake up or whatever it is, and know I'm still moving forward. So that's something I like to do for myself. I've been doing that.
Yeah.
Like whenever I'm with eBay Man, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna preload my week with my workouts because
Yep.
it's busy. Like I never was doing life with the do you call a 2-year-old toddler?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I don't even know. I was never doing life with a toddler, so I'm like, okay, getting to the gym is just a little bit crazy, so I'm gonna make sure I get my workouts before I go. And that's something that I do that helps me stay on track, but then also like be present and enjoy things, X, Y, and
Mm-hmm.
Z. But I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to throw in that non-negotiables, very, very easy
Yeah.
thing to add in. It doesn't require extra energy. You could just literally write in a post-it note, put it on the mirror, end of day.
Yeah. And like even with the protein, if you're traveling or as you get busier, like chomp sticks, they have turkey, they
Yes.
have beef, turkey pepperoni. Look for a protein pasta or bonza pasta. Like, get protein into your diet, make it easy. Single serving Greek yogurts. Like, we're not asking for perfection. We're not asking for Pinterest worthy meals. We're asking for you to get more protein into your diet. What does more mean? Well, you're probably getting diddly squat, right? You're
Hmm.
probably making a salad, but you don't have the protein on it. Maybe you're having some pasta or you're having some soup because it's cold. And we're missing a lot of protein. So it doesn't take a
Hmm.
whole lot of extra effort. You just have to go into the grocery store, have a list, know what you're looking for, and add it to your meals. Just make it simple. Make it simple. I ride or die for Bonza because it tastes better. It's gluten free, and that's what I got to do. But I also love it because it's got some fiber, it's got some protein. So if I'm making a soup and I'm putting in chicken sausage and I want like a carb, so I'll have the Bonza, it's going to help me get in protein. And it's easy, it's quick, and it like helps the chicken sausage because it got a little bit more protein. So it doesn't always
Hmm.
have to be the boring chicken breast. It can be maybe
Hmm.
steak tips, turkey tips. It can be frozen chicken sausage. It can be an adult Lunchable, which I love an adult Lunchable, putting on some turkey pepperoni, a cheese stick, a handful of berries, carrots, and hummus. Like, you got to make it work for you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's on that. And we were like, this is a short episode. Not a short episode. We got into it today.
Mm.
Final remarks. Let's close it up, yeah.
If you are a first-time mom and you are listening to this and you like what I am saying, I have a freebie for you. It is called Step Into Your Hot Mom Era because we are just creating an army of MILFs over here. And inside, I have four 15-minute workouts as well as simple weight loss meals. Super freaking easy. I'm going to put the link below. You'll get it directly to your email, and it is going to change your game.
Love. And thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Kind of hot, kind of healthy. Please make sure to subscribe, give us a 5-star review, share this with your girlfriend who needs to hear this. We talked about so many different things today. There's one of you bitches that has a friend that needs to hear this. And you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere where you can stream podcasts. Tap the link below to share. What should they share, Allie?
What is your favorite holiday food that you have like once or twice a year? Because I have some that are heavy hitters.
Oof. Okay, we'll discuss that next episode.
Yes.
Tap the link. Bye.
Bye.